Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I am here with a quick video talking about numbers and tarot. Okay, so kind of working our way through the tarot based on the different numbers, okay, that we go through. It's a good way to expand your knowledge when it comes to tarot. It's an additional layer to include in a reading. It's a good way to learn the different tarot cards, okay, because it's about a progression and the numbers take you through it. So it's a good way to understand that and also maybe remember the cards when you put them in a sequence that makes sense. And so we're just going to have a look at that, what different numbers mean, and connect them to the tarot, what they mean in the tarot. And we're also going to talk about what it means if you have more of one number in a reading, okay? What does that mean? What is it trying to tell you? So with tarot, it's very, very complex, okay? There are so many different layers to it. So numerology is just one additional layer. Tarot has a connection to astrology, a connection to astrology, to numerology. You have your traditional meanings, you have the meanings that you get as well, okay? It's a bit of an individual journey when it comes to learning the tarot. It's just got many, many different layers. So adding numbers to it will definitely help expand your perspective. Okay, so let's get started here. So I'm going to take you through the different numbers, what they mean, some of their, let's say, quick meanings, and then talk about what it means to have a lot of a certain number, many different instances of that number popping up in a reading. Okay, and remember, this is just to get you started with tarot. Obviously, if you've been working with tarot for a while, you probably already know these things, but it's good to get a refresher sometimes. Okay, maybe you learn something new. And so this is part of the tarot tutorial playlist for me. And then I'm going to start looking at each of the individual cards, and I will also be talking about numbers as I go through the different cards. So this will be a good starting point, okay, for us to then incorporate numbers when I go through the cards. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's get started here. All right, so first we're going to talk about zero. Now you have zero as in the Fool in the tarot. Let's see if I have them around. So we have the Fool here, and you see it's a zero card, okay? It's a zero card. That means it is the first ever card in a tarot deck, okay? Zeros are about untapped potential. This is anything can happen, okay? Now we're going to talk about the astrology links as well, but just like a quick heads up, this is linked to Uranus, okay? And that's all about spontaneity, unexpected. So it very much encompasses the energy of the Fool, which is a zero card. Anything can happen. It's absolutely untapped potential. Nothing is defined. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing is planned at this point. Untapped potential. We also see zeros in number 10 cards. Okay, let me see if I can find a number 10 card here. We also see zeros there, okay? So, well, these cards have Roman numbers on them. So, but anyway, in a number 10, let's just say, you have number 1 and number 0. That makes up the 10. And so you have, we're going to get to the 10, but you do have a 0 in there as well, symbolizing new cycle, new beginnings, reaching the point of untapped potential once again, ascension, advancement. So that's our 0. Anything can happen. Potential, potential, potential. Anything can be. Moving to number 1. Number 1 cards in the deck are Aces and the Magician and the Major Arcana. Aces represent new beginnings, ideas, energy, okay, new energy, opportunity. Now with Aces, what I always say with aces, just because you get an ace in a reading, it doesn't mean that, you know, okay, this is what's coming up, it's guaranteed. It is the potential, it is the seed, but it's up to us to take it, plant it, nourish it, so that it lives up to its full potential. Okay, if that makes sense. Let's say you have a lot of aces in a reading. It talks about, it may be trying to tell you this is a good time for new beginnings. This is a good time to come up with new ideas. This is a new time to, this is a time for a new approach. It can be a time for new job opportunities, new love life opportunities, okay? But it is bringing new opportunities, seeds to be planted in our lives, and it's up to us to take them and do what we want with them, okay, towards our own personal goals. So it can be, it depends what kind of what kind of suit it is in. So for example, the Ace of Swords is that new idea or news that brings a new beginning. Very briefly going through them. The Ace of Wands, it can be a new passion, a new interest. It can be a new passion that turns to love life. It can be a new passion in terms of what we do for a living. So career, job, a new business, a new anything that involves our creativity, okay? The Ace of Cups can be a new beginning when it comes to love life. It is a new beginning when it comes to emotional life, okay? So yes, it can be meeting someone new. It can be reconciliation. It can be a new life with the Ace of Wands. It can also talk about new life sometimes, so as a baby, as in a baby. And it sometimes means a new home, okay? The Ace of Cups, I want to say, it can show up in a work reading. Not all about love. It can show up in a work reading when the new beginning that is available to us is something that would make us extremely happy, that gives us a deep emotional fulfillment on top of the financial and career fulfillment and so on. And the Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning in the physical realm, so a new way of making money, new job, a new beginning when it comes to health as well, a new beginning when it comes to how you earn your living, how you make your money. It can apply in a lot of different ways, okay? But it's a new beginning with that. So moving on, number two is a card that talks about, or a number, let's say a number because we're doing numbers here, a number that talks about balance, balancing things out, duality, partnership, and also decision, indecision. Okay. It could also talk about compromising, okay, meeting each other in the middle, making peace, and so on and so forth. If you have a lot of twos in a reading, it can be that what you're reading on is concerning a particular partnership. It can be that you're about to make a new significant friend, a new significant contact for love life, for work, whatever the case may be. It talks about coming together, okay, with this energy. And maybe you need to make a decision about something, okay? Or maybe you need to restore balance in a situation. Contemplate both the black and the white, okay? That sort of energy. When it comes to number three is a number of creativity, expansion, initial success, growth. So let's say you've made your decision. Number three shows you the initial results of having made that decision, for example. Okay. And again, you know, you have the Three of Wands where your ships are coming in. You've made your decision, you set something in motion, and now your ships are coming in. You're starting to see the initial results. There's a lot more to come, but you're starting to see the initial results. The Three of Pentacles is all about growth, expansion when it comes to your job and how you earn a living, how you make your money, recognition, rewards, that sort of thing. Three of Cups is celebration, success, getting together with other people to celebrate success and abundance, okay? And the Three of Swords, it can talk about you've made your decision and then maybe you're not happy with it, okay? Because it can talk about distance, so you've made your decision and you put distance between you and another person, someone else's decision. is affecting you, and so on and so forth. Okay, but it's still moving on, moving past a stalemate energy, moving to the next level, whichever way that takes you. Okay, number four is a card. Sorry, I do tarot, so the card is the first thing that pops into my head. Number 4 is a number that talks about stability. It talks about foundation. It talks about getting comfortable with our situation. So again, we had an idea, we made a decision on how we want to go about it, we've seen initial success. Now we're coming to a point where we're getting comfortable. It's stable. It is a solid foundation. Okay. It can also talk about rules, restrictions, but ultimately it is stability. Also can talk about stillness. Okay, so things are stable, so things are still. Number five is a number that talks about change, challenge, chaos, unknown. Okay, it's where we need to have faith. So the foundation is now being challenged. The foundation has to change one way or another. We may have gotten comfortable where we were, but now we have to change. So it's very much about changing, adaptability, being flexible. So I don't think I mentioned, if you have a lot of 3s in a reading, it can be a situation where you have to work with other people. So they're telling you, the cards are, your guides are trying to tell you, you have to work with other people. It's not just about going at it alone. It can be about push yourself, take it to the next level. Don't procrastinate. Don't hold yourself back. Don't stay where you're comfortable. It can be about put that idea in motion. Okay. Number 4s, if you have a lot of 4s in a reading, it can talk about your need for stability that is transpiring in the cards. Someone else's need for stability that is transpiring in the cards. A need to stabilize a situation, okay, to the point where it's secure. And it can also, again, talk about restrictions, where there's a box, you have to fit in it, that's it, there's no way around it, okay? But it's also about celebration, number 4, because you have reached a point where you're happy and you're comfortable and it's stable, so you can celebrate, you can allow yourself that luxury. And so number 5, change, flexibility, you need to adapt, there's chaos, you're not sure what's going to happen. And so you have a lot of 5s in a reading. It can tell you things are about to change, so get ready. It can tell you you need to change things, okay? You need to challenge things, you need to challenge the status quo, you need to step out of your comfort zone. Most often than not, it's saying the energy around you is unstable. Don't get too comfortable, stay on your toes, because things are changing, they have not settled. 6 is a number that talks about harmony. Again, balance, give and take, healing, family, love as well. So with the number 6, it is about cooperation, coming together, blending. So when you have a lot of 6s in a reading, it can talk about a need to balance things. It can talk about, are things balanced? Is there give and take? Okay. It can talk about a focus on family during that time, for better or for worse. It can talk about listen to your intuition, listen to your own wisdom. And it is also an energy that can tell you, rely on your friends, ask for help from friends and family. You don't have to do it alone, and ask and you shall receive. Okay, that sort of thing that the cards may be trying to tell you with a lot of 6s in a reading. When it comes to number 7 is a number that talks about assessment, self-assessment, reassessment. A number that talks about truth, finding the truth, speaking the truth, asking for the truth, looking at things honestly, objectively. A time of planning, okay? A time of investment and harvest. So if you have a lot of sevens in a reading, sometimes it can talk about more time that is needed for whatever you're looking for to manifest or to come together. So it's just saying, be patient, keep yourself busy with other things in the meantime, stay productive. It can be a situation where you are asked to assess your investment or involvement in a situation. Is it bringing you what it should? Okay, so they're asking you to question that. They're asking you to get to the bottom of things with that. It can also be a situation where you have a lot of sevens. You are asked to draw a line in the sand. You are asked to stand your ground or take a stand. Speak your truth and stand by it. Standards, okay? Very much an energy of strategize, think ahead, plan ahead, have a plan, have a strategy. Because it's all about, is this worth you investing in it? Whether it's a job, a relationship, a project, whatever. So it's a time of assessment. And it may also tell you, get to the bottom of things, get to the truth. Is this the truth? Okay? So it's kind of asking you not to take things at face value, get to the truth, get to the facts. Number 8 is a number of mastery, action, confidence, courage, manifestation. Number 8, if you turn it on its side, is the infinity symbol. Okay? And to me, that is reaching a point where you're confident, you're comfortable. You are manifesting today for your future. If you have a lot of 8s in a reading, this is telling you either take action. This is telling you be brave, be confident, believe in yourself. This is telling you, what are you manifesting? Look at it. What are you manifesting? Is it what you want? It is also telling you that blessings are about to come into your life. Abundance is about to be manifested in your life, okay? And abundance is abundance. It means a lot of different things to different people, okay? But it is the energy of abundance, of blessings, of finding that balance that the infinity symbol is talking about. And again, it can say take action now for your future. It's not just about the here and now. Think ahead, think about your future. What are you manifesting? A lot of 8s can also tell you to ask you to assess. What are your strengths? See your strengths. Use your strengths, okay, to manifest. But I also see a certain rhythm, a certain balance in the number 8, okay? When it comes to number 9, number 9 is a number of, see, I got it right in the end. I said number 9 is a number, not a card. Number 9 is a number of fulfillment, of attainment, of reaching your goals, okay? Your goal, one in particular. And it's about kind of celebrating that, celebrating your success, your fulfillment. And it can also be, you know, completion or let things come together. If you have a lot of 9s in a reading, it often talks about endings. It talks about, okay, things are coming to an end. Things are coming to the end of the cycle. It can talk about finish things, take things to the last stage, okay? Or it can say things are about to change in your life because of different endings. So just be prepared for that. But it is telling you that everything you've worked for is coming together. It is coming to a conclusion. So be prepared for that and think about where you want to take it next. When it comes to number 10 is the cycle ending. It is things properly coming full circle. It is completion, proper completion. What you have begun is coming full circle. It is ending. There is no more you can do with that. That's it. It is also about renewal, because it's cycles. And if something is ending, if a cycle is ending, a new cycle must begin. I see number 10, I split it into number 1 and number 0. So I see it as, okay, 10 completion, and then you go through the 0. That's what happens in my mind. That's just my little interpretation of it. You go through the 0 stage where it's untapped potential, think about where you want to go next, and then you're headed towards the 1 where you're starting again. If you have a lot of 10s in a reading, they're telling you a situation it's absolutely done. So we can say you've tried your best with it, you've done your best with it, it's as much, you've already gotten as much out of it as you can possibly get out of it. A lot of times in a reading I've seen also to mean don't get comfortable, don't get complacent. A 10 energy is a transitory energy. We go through the 10 only to get to the 1. We're not supposed to stay in the 10. We're not supposed to say, okay, well, I've reached this goal, I'm not going to do anything else with my life now. It's supposed to be, okay, you've reached it, celebrate, which is the number 10. Give yourself pause to celebrate. But during that time, think about what your next stage is. It's the 0. What is the potential for the next level for you? And then it's very much about going to the number 1 again, starting that new cycle. We are not meant to stay in the number 10 energy. It gets uncomfortable and it starts to a little bit, ruin the success, because when you stay there too long, then it can get difficult to start again. You can get lost along the way. I don't know what I want to do now type of energy. So with the number 10, it is a transitory phase. It is very much about completion. A lot of 10s do tell you this is coming to an end. It is the end. There is nothing more you can do with this. There is nowhere further that it can go. So sometimes that can be, even though you're trying, it's gone as far as it will. So take that, process it, and just prepare yourself to move on. Don't waste time and energy trying to pull something that it's just done. Okay? And again, it can be you've gotten comfortable. What's your next step? Think about your next step. Go to the next level. You're not supposed to stay here for very long. Okay? But it's very much a level of contentment of I have everything I could possibly want at this point, and then it's the encouragement to move forward from that. Okay, it's time for a new cycle. Okay, to take things further, higher, and that's our number 10. And then all the different numbers in the deck break down to one of these numbers. Okay, so there's the same energy there. So I think that's it. Okay, very briefly we've gone through the numbers. I'm sorry, my throat is dry and I forgot to take a drink with me. But that's a very, well, not very short, but kind of a quick look at the numbers, how they combine with the tarot, what they add to the tarot, and what it means if you have many of the same number, okay, many instances of the same number showing up in a reading. So, of course, numerology is very, very complex. This is just scratching the surface, okay, just scratching the surface, really. So I would definitely recommend looking into numerology a little bit deeper, because it will add to your knowledge and understanding of the tarot. Okay, and I think I will do another video, a separate video talking about the astrology connection, okay? At least of the major arcana, because you have astrology links for each of the cards in the tarot, but it's too in-depth for me, okay? I know about the major arcana, and then also knowing the different traits of the signs, again, adds to your understanding, adds to the reading, adds to how you process tarot and the messages that it's giving you. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it helps you, or it gives you a good starting point for you to then go off and research yourself, make your own notes, okay? And as always, work with your cards, practice, practice, practice. See what they are also trying to tell you for yourself. Take your own notes. It all helps, okay? But I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for watching. Leave comments down below if you have any questions, anything else that you'd like clarifying or anything like that. Leave your comments down below. Let me know if this helps, okay? It is, like I say, just a starting point. We're not going very much in depth with this, but obviously we will touch upon this once again as we go through the different cards in the deck, okay? So thank you for watching, and I will see you again in the next video. All right, take care. Bye for now.